Hwashin is specialized in producing vehicle chassis and parts. What Hwashin produces: front chassis, front cross member that supports the load of a vehicle and reinforces the stiffness of its lower body. Front lower arm that connects the member to the knuckle. Rear chassis, rear cross member and CTBA that support the load of a vehicle and reinforce the stiffness. Rear lower arm that connects the member to the carrier. Rear upper arm. Rear assist arm. Rear trailing arm that absorb impact and improve the stability of a vehicle. The car body mostly indicates the outward form of a vehicle, including all the parts used to load persons and objects, and protects the driver and passengers from forward, rear, right, and left collision. Hwashin produces center floor, range side outer and cowl complete, etc. As small dots come together to form a single line, 20,000 parts come together to complete single vehicle. Each product we produce plays an important role being installed for a finished car. Located at the lower part of a vehicle, the chassis supports the car's weight and ensures driving stability even when changing directions. It also enhances the ride quality for passengers by cushioning impacts from the road and ensures passenger safety by absorbing impacts in the event of a collision. What if any of these important module parts is defective? For example, if any of the parts is not properly painted, it may become rusty and could damage the related product. Similarly, if a small crack is overlooked during the pressing operation, it might lead to the destruction of the related product. Besides, poor welding can result in the separation of parts. If parts are not properly assembled, it may lead to noise during driving or malfunctions when the parts fall apart. We must keep in mind that such a slight negligence may lead to malfunction of parts and even an accident that passengers are in great danger of life. Thanks to the development of cars, we can make it possible to lead a more convenient and pleasant life, and in this process, our proud technology and true heart of Hwashin are included. Our interests turn into safety for someone else, and our efforts lead to a precious daily life for someone else, so Hwashin has no choice but to pay careful attention to every moment of the production. All the products of Hwashin are manufactured largely through 4 processes. The first one is stamping process that slits a raw material coil and molds the shapes of parts. The second one is welding process that applies heat to parts and joins them together. The third step is the painting process that paints the inner and outer surfaces of welded parts. The last one is assembling process that puts lower arm and bushing, etc. together. Thanks to your elaborate skills in each process, every car can be finished perfectly. In each process, there are 4 basic things every worker must check. The first one is called routine facility inspection, that you should check if the facility is in the right condition before work. The second one is called error-proof check, which verifies the normal functioning of the EP to prevent errors. The third one is called self-inspection, where you must prevent lot defects through quality checks on first, middle, and last products. The last one is called safety inspection, that you should check if the safety facility works normally and workers wear protective gear. Out of all the inspections, we always prioritize safety inspection for our workers. First of all, you should check before work if your facility stops working and the alarm goes off right away when pulling the safety plug out. Second, you should check if the optical sensor works normally when any part of your body gets closer to the restriction line. Lastly, you should always make sure to wear protective gear. It may sound quite common, but it is mandatory to wear protective goggles, earplugs, protective gloves and shoes, and any crane operator in the pressing process must wear a safety helmet all the time. For the welding process, You should additionally wear gloves all the time. When entering any process line, you are required to wear a safety helmet. How about looking into each process now? In the pressing process, we have several different kinds of facilities, such as NC 800-ton tandem press line that cuts coils into shapes planned, and 500-ton tandem press line that molds coils into product shapes desired, in addition to transfer 1700, 2000, and 2700 tons. As a press line specialized in CTBA for the rear wheel, we have hot stamping process that manufactures lightweight and high-stiffness products by applying high heat to steel and cooling it rapidly. The below shows what you should check during the pressing process. Routine facility inspection. Before work, you should check if the die height satisfies the operation standard and record it. Self-inspection. You should find out whether there are differences between the previous last products with the present first one, especially examining the exterior appearances to find out if there appear cracks, necks, or burrs. After placing first, middle, and last products on the check fixture, you should check if the quantity and location of holes meet what is specified in the standard. Welding is a process that joins all kinds of subparts together into a single part through arc welding. With qualified workers and automated facilities, we have secured uniform welding quality. Routine facility inspection. First, you need to know how to replace or manage welding tips. Once you find out that a welding tip is expanded or blocked, you should replace it with a new one. Second, you need to confirm the weld origin point. You should carry out weld origin point confirmation and find out if there is a change in the welding path of the robot. Third, before starting your welding operation, you should check the condition of the fixed jig pins on which the related products will be mounted. Error-proof check. With NG Master equipped, you should conduct error-proof check to verify if missing parts or different specifications are detected correctly. Self-inspection. After completing your welding operation, you should check the welding states and find out if there appear bead detaching, undercut, insufficient welding, or porosity. After placing first, middle, and last products on the check fixture and have them fixed in order of fixation as planned, you should check the condition of an inserted pin and find out whether the main measurement figures are satisfied within the range of management. Moreover, by verifying welding conditions, such as electric current, voltage, and gas flow, and recording them on the check sheet, you should consistently manage your welding atmosphere. This ensures that you can carry out your welding operations under optimal conditions. Prior to assembling fully welded parts, you should conduct painting operation to prevent products from getting corroded. The first one is to remove foreign substances, such as oil, from the surface of products. The second one is called electro-deposition coating, that electrically applies paint to the product through chemical conversion coating for surface treatment. The third one is to harden the electro-deposited paint and make it glossy through high-temperature drying. All the important conditions for this process are well managed through our painting monitoring system. Self-inspection is quite important in the painting process as well. Painting process managers should analyze the coating liquid in each stage at a designated time, so that they can find out if main control items, such as pH, total acidity, and alkalinity, are properly maintained in the range of control standard. Drying completed parts should be measured in every predetermined period, and all the data accumulated should be managed in order to find out if the thickness of paint films remains in the range of control standard. Assembly is a process that combines all kinds of necessary parts, such as arms and bushing, with the painting completed front and rear members and examines the main measurements. Since it is the final process before finished products are delivered to customers, more elaborate skills are required from you. Routine facility inspection. You should check if the measuring equipment works normally with a master sample prepared in advance. With OK Master, you should check if the value measured with the measuring equipment remains in the range of 3D data and control standard. On the other hand, with Eng Master, you should check if non-conforming products are properly detected. Error-proof check. With Eng Master installed, you should check if different specifications and missing parts are normally detected. Self-inspection. You should measure the values of first, middle, and last products and the fitting force of bushing with the torque wrench. Then, it is required to check if the torque values and the fitting force remain in the range of control standard and record them on the check sheet. Then, what if you discover a non-conforming product during your operation? In such a case, you should thoroughly identify and isolate the non-conforming product. Most of all, you should mark the problematic area of the non-conforming product and then record the date of detection and all the details about the non-conformity on an identification tag and attach it to the product. The last step is isolating the non-conforming product in the storage designated and informing your team leader of the event. What if there takes place another problem during your operation? During the welding process, your welding or facility may stop suddenly because of non-arc generation or sensor malfunction. In such case, you should stop your operation right away and inform your team leader of the event. When informed of such an event, the team leader can take measures independently. Otherwise, they should make requests to other related departments to solve problems. When you make light of such an abnormal situation, it may lead to a more serious problem. Therefore, do not take actions on your own, and do not forget to inform your team leader as soon as possible. Every fundamental step I adhere to leads us to move forward together. The value of Hwashin and the future of Hwashin. It is you who makes a beginning,